I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me. In researching financial dependence for last week's column, I realized this money disorder shares similar characteristics with something called dependent personality disorder. That's DPD. This is defined in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, referred to as the DSM-5. If you think you might be affected by financial dependence, as I described last week, take a look at my adaptation of the 8 criteria for dependent personality disorder as outlined in the DSM-5. First, you have difficulty making everyday financial decisions without an excessive amount of advice and reassurance from others. 2, you need others to assume responsibility for the financial aspects of your life. 3, you fear losing support or approval if you express or confront financial disagreements with others. 4th, you have difficulty initiating financial actions or doing financial tasks on your own. Next, you go to excessive lengths to obtain financial reinforcement and support from others. 6th, you feel uncomfortable or helpless when alone because of exaggerated fears of being unable to financially care for yourself. 7, you urgently seek another financial professional as a source of care and support when a current relationship with a financial professional ends. And finally, number 8, you're unrealistically preoccupied with fears of being left to make financial decisions for yourself. So if you can answer yes to at least 5 of these, you're probably financially dependent. Now, research additionally shows that people with dependency personality disorder are drawn to others with narcissistic, histrionic, borderline, or antisocial personalities, those classified in the DSM-5 as cluster B disorders. Now, these are people that are more erratic, they live for drama, they need to be in charge, they crave praise and high regard. A romantic or professional relationship where one partner has dependent personality disorder and the other has cluster B disorder is a match initially made in heaven that usually results in a descent into hell. Exploring this topic led me to pose a question that I have never seen raised. Are financially dependent personalities drawn to financial advisors who exhibit cluster B personalities? Now, these would be advisors who view themselves as financial gurus. They have the answers financially for everything for their client. They demand loyalty and compliance to their recommendations. They willingly take charge of a client's financial life. And they're often market timers that's addicted to drama and crave the attention and adoration of their clients. This type of financial advisor seems to me to be a perfect match for a financially dependent client. They're willing to assume responsibility for the client's financial life, offering unlimited advice and reassurance. They're taking over the financial decision-making of the client, helps calm the anxiety and the fears of the financially dependent client. All the client needs to do in return is to give the advisor complete compliance, adoration, and attention. Do that and all is well until the client questions any recommendation. This is usually inevitable because of the cluster B advisor's inability to be open to new data or research that may suggest a long-held financial belief or practice is no longer accurate. This type of advisor is going to overreact to a client questioning their advice, or even worse, choosing not to follow it. Seeing this as a loss of control, they may try to regain control by passive-aggressive sulking, manipulation, rage, gaslighting, which is questioning your sanity or making the situation your fault, or some other erratic behavior. Now, if you ever find yourself in such a situation, the best outcome is having the advisor suddenly drop you as a non-compliant client with no explanation or closure. This would leave you two choices. You could follow the path driven by your financial dependency to seek out a new cluster B advisor and just start the process all over again, or you could seek out to help resolve the underlying causes of your financial dependency, taking the more challenging but more rewarding road toward recovery. And a good professional to explore that with would be a financial therapist. So, thanks so much for listening.